So back before all that stuff, again, we're rewinding for a second to keep things moving, because I don't want to put you guys to sleep, but this is a song that I would do a lot. I used to play like a lot of bars. I used to play restaurants and stuff to get like tips to pay my rent in Los Angeles. And I would, is that Chrissy? Hi Chrissy, I see you over there. Chrissy's all the way from China, guys. Give it up for Chrissy. It's pretty amazing. Although she goes to the University of Michigan, so don't pick on her, all right? She came all the way to Ohio for this show. We're all friends here. We're on neutral ground, okay? At bars and stuff, you know, I play a lot of jazz standards and American songbook classics because that's the least amount of, like, that's the path of least resistance for people at a restaurant. That's how you piss them off the least, because everyone goes, oh, this sounds nice. So the only way you can play your original songs is if you pretend that one of your songs is actually like an old Doris Day cut, but it's not. It's actually just a song that you wrote. So this is a way that I would mask songs that I had written so people would, you know, maybe check out my music. But this is a faux nouveau jazz standard that I wrote called Don't You. Say, wasn't that a funny day? Gee, you had a funny way about you. Kind of love is something new. Sure, I'll admit that I'm the same. Another sucker for a game kids like to play, and the rules we like to use. Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you? The sun telling me our night is done. Well, I refuse to let it stop our fun. Close your eyes, we'll make it dark again. We'll kiss. Well, there's a thought, so how about this? Let's pretend that both our lips are made of candy. After all, we need sweet to hang out in bed. Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you? But here we are, two strangers in a very different place. Who knows what will happen to us next? Here we are with nothing but this little spot. It's too cold outside to lay this fire to rest. Thanks, guys. So why don't you just go? How so very apropos. A goodbye just as soon as I said hello. Well, alright, I'll see you later. It's true. It's just a fantasy for two. But what's the difference if it all could have been true? I guess this is better. Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel? Don't you want the way I feel for you? Don't you want the way